Former Vice President Mike Pence has announced he is running for president, and Russian shelling continues across southern Ukraine despite widespread flooding after a major dam collapsed yesterday. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. Former Vice President Mike Pence has formally declared that he is running for the Republican presidential nomination. He announced the news this morning on a social media video.
It'd be easy to stay on the sidelines, but that's not how I was raised. That's why today, before God and my family, I'm announcing I'm running for President of the United States.
Pence joins a crowded GOP field. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is expected to announce he is seeking the nomination today. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie did the same yesterday, and they will all face former President Donald Trump. Nearly a dozen conservative Republicans blocked a pair of GOP bills in the House from advancing yesterday in an effort to send a message to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. NPR's Barbara Sprunt has more.
The failure to advance a pair of Republican bills that would ramp up gas stove protections was a publicly humiliating blow for McCarthy and comes amid intra-party discord around the debt ceiling deal brokered by the Speaker and President Biden. Driving the revolt was discontent over the recently passed debt ceiling legislation and an accusation by Freedom Caucus member Andrew Clyde of Georgia that GOP leaders had threatened to prevent a bill of his from coming to the floor unless he supported advancing the debt legislation. House leadership has pushed back on that allegation. Barbara Sprunt, NPR News, the Capitol.
The National Weather Service has issued several air quality alerts today. Smoke from wildfires in Canada, including dozens of blazes in Quebec, is flowing south. There are alerts up in the Northeast, along the Mid-Atlantic, and as far south as North and South Carolina. There are air quality alerts posted for parts of Ohio, too. Russian forces are continuing to shell southern Ukraine, including areas suffering from flooding after a dam was destroyed. As NPR's Greg Myrie reports, civilian areas are among the hardest hit.
The Russians fired more than 300 shells into southern Ukraine, including about 30 on the city of Kherson, according to Ukrainian military officials. The attacks came as large parts of Kherson were being inundated Tuesday by rushing waters after a dam was destroyed to the north of the river city. The officials said some Russian attacks took place in residential areas, and one person was killed and another injured. Many homes and streets were flooded, forcing residents to evacuate. Ukraine and Russia are blaming each other for the collapse of the dam. The Russians captured the dam early last year and have controlled it ever since. Greg Myrie, NPR News, Kyiv.
The Vatican says that Pope Francis has entered a Rome hospital for treatment. He will have major abdominal surgery. Previously, Francis had part of his large intestine removed. The Pope is also 86 years old. He will spend several days in the hospital. You're listening to NPR News from Washington.